When did it change? So I think it's more an evolution than a revolution. It's mainly based on my characters, which has been always being a bit caring about people, and then entering professional life being very driven by performance and encouraged by the environment in the big multinational companies. And then privately, I remember, on top of caring for people and caring for friends, and I went to Africa, and then I was really shocked by the people begging on the street, by the look they had to me, as if I was not right, so I was not there to help them, or I didn't give them anything. So, and I really was overwhelmed and felt very guilty because I didn't do anything for them. So that was one event. The other one was a presentation from our sustainability senior vice president within Philips that really made the link between business and sustainability, and that's where I really discovered that was the way for me, being from a business background. So what I did was I dared to ask him an interview, which he gave me. Where I asked him what could I do, and basically he said, yeah, you go to your manager and you say you want to do it 100%, which was apparently not very possible and not very reasonable at that time. So after discussion with some colleague, I went to my manager and say, on top of my great job, which is a marketing director, I am volunteering for any sustainable initiative that this company is gonna start or develop. And luckily enough, it happens very rapidly, and I was involved in a development of a sustainable business for the base of the pyramid. I did that on top of my job for 2 years. As a volunteer, I really got very interested, and then came the time where the idea that was developed became more sustainable, and the business plan was reasonable. So, and they decided to put more resources on it, and actually I was the ideal candidate. So I really had the opportunity and to make that for full time. And I think the more I got involved in developing sustainable business, the more I got convinced that was the way, and that's also why now it's what's gonna happen. So I cannot work in any other environment than sustainable business or sustainability. Besides that, I got the opportunity through colleagues to be confronted to other ideas on sustainability, like Cradle to Cradle, or like developing a program on innovation on sustainability, developing a strategy on sustainability. So I really became part of my genes, and for me there is actually no other way. So I'm now, I've just started in a foundation, being the marketing expert for initiatives that wants to develop sustainable business at the base of the pyramid. So it's truly continuing what I was doing, but in an environment that is rather different. I was pretty much doing developing the sustainable initiative within a company, within Philips, and now it's really a combination of multiple stakeholders. So it's a completely new environment for me, and I'm very excited to see the combination. And it also makes even more sense than in a multinational, in the sense that we need. That progress and transformation can only come, to my conviction, with public and private working together, and that's the only way. So being in a foundation is really the step that I believe in, and I only hope it will be successful. So that's the big change, is really the multi-stakeholders and also the combination of private public. The team is another big change, because moving from a big company, we will be 5 people working, and that's a kind of startup which is very exciting, being close to the people, working together, being far more hands-on, and maybe in a way responsible for yourself and for the team more. From a salary perspective, it's a decrease of 35%. Which is a step. On the other hand, I might not work full time, so I may develop some other initiatives. But as long as at a certain point you look at your income and you just say, okay, that's sufficient for me. So if this is sufficient for me, why do I have to look for more? So that's the bit, and money is not the reason why I'm doing this job. So otherwise I would do another job. So it comes in the equation. It is not in the priority list as long as it's sustainable for me. That's the idea. Well, discovering the leader inside is a big word for me. It's more, for me it's an evolution. So it's listening to your feelings. It's listening to your belly feelings as well, and to your head, and trying to find the harmony between the three, and it feels so right that you don't even notice it. What you notice it when it feels wrong, when you're fed up with seeing poverty, and that it hurts you, when you're fed up with dealing with a very highly competitive environment, which does not mean that much to you, when you don't relate to the numbers that are evoked every month on the financial report. So that's listen to yourself and see what makes you tick and makes you not tick. I think that's discover yourself and be who you want to be. So that's be yourself, become who you are.